Good afternoon, everyone. We will start in the next few minutes as we wait for others to join. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, we will start in the next few minutes as we wait for others to join. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Just a minute more and we will start the session. Good afternoon, everyone. A warm welcome from Kalam Telecom. My name is Ronald Shera, looking after the marketing and corporate communications for Kalam Telecom, and I will be your moderator for today's session. Today, our speakers will be talking about unified communications and cloud collaboration, and they will talk about how this is so important for end user experience. Before I move on, kindly note, if any of you have any questions during the session, please feel free to write them down in the Q&A window, and our speakers will address them towards the end. Now, without further ado, I now invite Mr. Osama Matar, our sales consultant from the Wasl Telecom, our sister company, who's going to give us a quick introduction on Kalam Telecom Group. Osama, over to you.
Thank you, Ronald, and hi, everyone. Welcome on board once again for our webinar today, where we will be talking about the unified communication and multimedia contact center. Before we start with the webinar, please allow me to take you through our Kalam Group business journey, where we started in 2005, growing up locally and internationally, where we had a presence in multiple international offices, reaching a great milestone in 2018 by acquisition of Tawasul Telecom Kuwait. And we are still writing our success in and creating and having the vision we have to be one of the biggest providers in the MENA region. As we invested in infrastructure, we have great strength within our team. We have a great and professional, qualified and certified team delivering and ensuring delivering the great quality of the service for all what we can offer. Talking about what we had, and all of this work has been recognized us as a strong enterprise player in MENA region with multiple awards. Talking about what exactly we can offer and who we are. So we as a Kalami group, we can cater you with the great telecom services with voice, internet, and global connectivity. We are a multi-cloud provider and multi-cloud. We have multi-cloud partnership as well with private and public cloud providers. Management, communication, and collaboration services. Also, integrated SD-WAN to cater you end-to-end branch and head office with a great WAN network management. Managed cybersecurity, threat detection and response service providers. We have a great partnership with them. Our data centers, we have a data center in Bahrain, we have a data center in UAE as well, and Kuwait. Talking about infrastructure, we recently announced our new NOT as a 1,400 of kilometers terrestrial fiber optics cable system in MENA region, giving you a great quality of service by connecting your branches globally and head offices as well. After this, talking about customers, we have a great success story with the banking, hospitality, education, and government. After this quick introduction, I would like to introduce Mr. Martin Bond, the VP International Sales in Splice with more than 35 years of unified communication experience. Mr. Martin will take us through this webinar today. And please, if anyone interested to have one-to-one session, I will be very happy to deliver this for you. Please just give us a note within the Q&A or the feedback, and we will get back to you with the schedule for your one-to-one session. Thanks everyone for listening. And now I will hand off my mic to Mr. Martin. Mr. Martin, the mic is yours.
Good afternoon, and very welcome to the webinar. Splicecom is a UK technology vendor established in 2000, so just over 20 years ago, and we've been focused on voice and IP telephony for that period of time. We sell through authorized partners only worldwide, and Kalam Group is our authorized partner for Middle East and North Africa. Today, I'd just like to give you a snapshot and a real summary insight into the multiple technologies available to you, providing IP telephony, multimedia, and social media, which is becoming much more and more popular, both for SME and larger enterprise customers. These customers often require both back office solutions and also call center solutions, which can be mixed, giving you simple and cost-effective unified communications solutions. Let's start with the voice first. Our IP Telephony Voice Pbx is a solution that can be deployed in the cloud, on premise, or quite often today in a hybrid situation where multiple locations are also required. We were the winner last year of the best SME telephony system, and this year in 2020 we were runner-up. Our product, our PBX, is called Select Voice. From the very beginning in 2000, and actually prior to that with early design and development, we had our own architecture. That architecture sits on any chosen Linux platform. Those platforms can be deployed today in soft or virtual containers. Our embedded applications, which provide administration management, user control, and call center control, we'll have a look at those, are all designed, developed, and integrated into that architecture, which can then be deployed on-premise, in hybrid or cloud, and obviously more and more in managed services situations, which we'll talk about as well. We have a range of endpoint devices, and you can see a selection in this slide, which we'll talk about later. But we've also worked with another partner, which we're proud to announce, and over the past 5 years, we've expanded the endpoint options to our customers and our partners vastly, and we'll take a look at that as well. Select Voice is actually our 3rd generation, same architecture, 3rd generation for IP telephony, full enterprise features. And I think the key thing here is we have lots of integration options for different customer requirements. Native Microsoft integration, we'll have a look at that later, but also hundreds of CRM and ERP integration options which come with this solution. You can purchase the product or rent it. Rental options are available from 1 month and beyond. And through the Kalam Group in Middle East and North Africa, we can provide full managed service solutions of CCaaS and SaaS options together as a combined team using our technology and their telecom infrastructure and services that are available to the customers within MENA. This architecture that I talked about that's fully integrated for the voice side is fully scalable, and each license or each user license is a singular item. So you can literally build this system from one user or one agent, and over time, through different locations or different countries, you can build a fully distributed network across the LAN or the WAN, okay, up to 100,000 extensions or users across 200 countries. Same product, same architecture, same licenses. There's no different range of products or different combinations of products to migrate you from one infrastructure to another. It's the same depending on the scale that you require. Let's just have a look, see how quickly it fits into the data network. Our Linux server and Select Voice Pbx sits on the LAN. We originally had a range of phones ourselves from directly designed and manufactured by Splicecom. These were known as the PCS5XX. You can also connect traditional analog devices, so do you wish to. These also include, door alarms and door triggers and things like that through a analog gateway into the LAN network. The analog devices don't contain any features as such, but we can give you those through what we call a control partner. And this is free software that we provide that synchronizes and partners with the analog phone, the analog device. In fact, what that does is then give you all the feature set that you'd expect from an IP phone. We can also partner the IP phone if you want a full solution of desk phone and software control to the user on the desk. We can give you a soft phone. Windows 10 is our Navigate product, and Mac is our PCS60 product. Same feature set as the IP phone, same feature set as the analog phone with the partner. And finally, we can provide mobile solutions. Apple, Android, and Windows applications are available. This product from us is called iPCS. All these applications, gateways, PBX, and solution is fully designed and integrated through Splicecom. Over the past 5 years, we have made significant investment with Yealink and now fully integrated their T3 series, T4 series, T5 series, their DECT options, and some of their audio and video solutions as well. This gives us a very, very successful wide portfolio of endpoint devices over and above our own. that fits into the IP telephony solution. So you have a much broader choice now of the endpoint devices that suit your requirements. We can do that on the LAN from one user up, but we can also expand that, as I said earlier, across the WAN up to 200 locations, whether they be branches in the same country or across multiple countries. And we have enterprise customers that use exactly this type of network to meet their requirements. As I said, Yealink is a key partner of ours now. We became a premier partner a couple of years ago. They're also leading or have led the IP SIP phone market for a couple of years. So certainly in the top three. I'm very proud to be a partner of them. One of the key things that they also add to the endpoint devices is audio and video solutions that I talked about earlier as well. We still have the PCS phones available. We've got 4 or 5 phones available. We've obviously got tens of thousands of customers that still use these devices from our original Splicecom solution. So these are still available today as fully featured IP desk phones. The soft phones that we have available, as I said, IPCS is for the mobile. Navigate Pro is for Windows 10 and offers native Microsoft integration to Outlook and Skype for Business. And the PCS 60 is for anyone who uses Mac OS endpoint laptops for soft phone. Soft phones also provide the partner interface, so it has a dual function. You either configure it as a soft phone or you configure the same software as a partner control, as we showed earlier in the network diagram. So a full range of endpoints from Splicecom or Yealink. And for those of you who still want to plug in the phone of your choice, as long as you are H323 or SIP compliant, then you can plug in those devices into this pure IP telephony solution. Vision. Vision is the name of the product that gives us our management system for Select Voice. It's a web-based portal, and these portals are given to administrators, to users, to call center agents and supervisors. So there's a whole range of web-based portals that can be used from any device, anytime, anywhere. There's no application software to install or upgrade. And it's a very simplistic, very easy to use solution. Let's have a look at these solutions in detail. The first one is Vision Reports. As I say, all of these solutions can be, I can pop them to my mobile now or my iPad and look at the reports that come from the solution. Let's just have a look at our network in real time. I'll just escape from the full screen, go to the browser. Okay, and we've got a link here just for speed that takes me to Vision Reports on our live network. And from here we can see we've got various standard reports for the PBX, for the IP telephony solution for call performance, cost analysis and capacity planning. Overall, there's about 70 standard reports that you can get from this system, PBX, call center, or finally, what we'll touch on is the multimedia side. And these reports can be stored and emailed to users on an automatic basis. Okay, so that's Vision Reports. Within the reports, we also have fully integrated recording for the voice solution. Not only the recording, but how we store that. We store that on a LAN or WAN solution using encrypted technologies, and how we play that back. And again, remember, this is a web portal that can be used. Let's just have a look at that. If we go back to the reports, if I select a report, let's just select incoming call breakdown by day, and I can look at this month. I can specify dates and times if I really want to, or I can select certain groups. I'll just leave all that. We can look at internal or external calls, for example. If I generate the report, this is generated real time now on the screen, as you can see. And what we can do is we can click on the number of calls on this particular day. As we can see here, there's detail on call connected statistics, which calls went to voicemail, which calls were abandoned, and so on and so forth. Okay, the detail is significant within this. When you actually drill down to each call, what you see here is the list of calls that happened on that particular day, who it was from, who it was to, okay, all the detail of the ringing and the connected time. But the speaker here signifies that actually there was a call recording taken. This one here shows that the call was parked during the call for a certain period of time. Now, if I click on, for example, this one here, again, remember this is a web portal. So once you're logged in and approved through permissions that are given to you, you can do this from any device, anywhere. If I click on this, it says I do not have permissions to look at this particular recording for that person. If I go back and click on Charles, for example, okay, now we can start to hear the recording real time, whatever that may be. And I don't know what that call is, so it's probably just music on hold. I'll quit that. Okay, so that allows the recording of any call, internal, external, any department, to be integrated into the reports or any of the reports section through Vision. And this is all done automatically by the Select Voice system. Okay. The next control portal is what we call Live. So Vision Live is real-time statistics. If you think of Vision reports as historical statistics, and Vision Live as real-time. So real-time, again, this is a browser, so it can pop up on any device, anywhere. But most people use these on wallboards or LCD panels in a department or a call center area. And the most important thing about these is that they're designed by the customer. So we give you the tools to create the boxes, the sizes, the colors, which ones alert, when they alert, what you want to add in, and you can design as many panels as you want within the Vision solution. If we just pop back to the browser, if I click on the Vision Live button, we'll load the panel that our support team actually use in real time within Splicecom. So this will just give you an idea. This one has quite a lot of information on it, but remember these guys are looking at it day in, day out. So here you're seeing statistics changing real time. We can see that, you know, one of these guys is on holiday today, and you've got these other agents here that are logged in and they are in a waiting state. And then all these other statistics here, there's literally hundreds of statistics that you can choose from. So you literally design these boards tailored to your specific requirements. So that's a real example of how our support live board is working. Next is just pop up the slide for you. Next is what we call the web partner. Remember in one of the first slides, I showed you how we could partner an analog phone to give it the feature set of an IP phone, how we could partner an IP phone, whether it be Yealink or Splicecom. The web partner really is total control of the extension from anywhere. So I can be on my mobile phone and I can jump up out of the office and forget to divert my phone. And I just tap my mobile, tap, tap in a meeting, tap, tap D&D on, tap, tap divert on. So it gives me total control of my extension. And let's just have a quick look at the partner control interface. These are all portals. So as a user or as an agent or as an administrator, you log in, you enter your user ID and password, and then you get the display of the portal to you on any device, depending on your permissions. For speed today, I'm just allowing these to auto log in on my screen. So this is a real-time screen of my extension. You can see here, I've set myself in a meeting and do not disturb is on, but I can quickly change these, you know, as I like, real time from this control portal. And this could be from any device, anywhere. You have complete control of your business extension from anywhere. These are speed dials, which are also real time. So should one of the phones ring or someone go on the phone, this would actually go red or show the status of any of these extensions. Okay. Let's have a look at the, let's just pop up the slide for you. If you're using the call center is an option within our portfolio, within our Select Voice portfolio. Select Voice is our core PBX, and then you add on the functions that you require at the beginning or later down the road. And the call center can be added on. At the beginning, I mentioned you could add on the whole call center from one agent, and you can literally do that. What the agent gets is a portal that they log into, and they get control of their extension from an agent perspective, so they can select when they're not available, select which groups or departments they're looking after, get some agent statistics fed to them real time, and also a very easy way to transfer calls if they need to transfer calls to different users or agents or departments. And finally, let's take a look at the, just pop the slide up for you. The final portal is the one we give to the supervisor in the call center solution. A lot more detail here, but the supervisor's role generally is looking after a number of agents. What you can see here is you've got different departments. So the first department is effectively showing these agents. One has been blacklisted, one is ringing, Rakesh is probably on an outbound call, and then all these statistics here can all be configured by you, the customer, to give the supervisor what they need to see real time. So you've got the supervisor detail here, okay, and we've got complete control of the agents via the supervisor, and also we can see any queuing calls within the system or department, and also the supervisor has complete control over any calls in the queue as well. Okay, so that gives us a, let me just pop up the slide for you. Okay, so that gives us the Select Voice IP telephony, gives us the vision control portals for the PBX. What we're going to look at now is, over the past few years, historically, of course, we all know that voice was the predominant way of customers contacting us. You know, everyone picked up the phone and went through an auto attendant and went into a queue and then talked to an agent, and voice was the dominant contact way of providing that. Over the past few years, there's been a lot more interaction and a lot more demand for multimedia contact, whether it be social media based or multimedia based. People want to contact businesses much more effectively and through the choice of their own, not necessarily through voice. What we're going to look at now is a very simple but very powerful solution using effectively what's known as shared or team inboxes. Okay, and this on the presentation is showing you the layout of the multimedia, what is effectively a multimedia control panel. I'm just going to go to my screen and give you a real-time view of this multimedia control panel. This is a Windows 10 application, okay? And if you think of an email type layout, this is, in summary, exactly what this is. The key difference is that we're feeding in different media streams. And the second key difference is that these inboxes are controlled not by one person, but by multiple people. So multiple users or multiple agents log in, and then they can share and take control of these different team inboxes. What we see here is we've got a team inbox here that is connected to our Splicecom business WhatsApp. So Splicecom have a business WhatsApp feed. Okay, so for those of you not familiar, WhatsApp for Business was launched earlier this year by Facebook WhatsApp. WhatsApp is probably one of the most successful social media ways of contact that's becoming more and more popular. Okay, now this gives me a real-time view of anyone that contacts our company would pop into here. So Osama, would you like to, or Ronald, would you like to maybe WhatsApp me, and we'll get some live conversations coming in. While they're doing that, these other inboxes we've configured here are for different media. So this one here, we'll have a look at this one in a minute. This one's for Facebook. So anyone that wants to contact SpliceCom via Facebook would come into this inbox. Anyone that contacts us on email, sales@splicecom.com, would come into this inbox. Anyone that contacts us or sends us an SMS would come into this. And anyone who wants to chat with us on a web chat from our website would come into this. And you can literally create as many multimedia as you like. We did have a Twitter one. Okay, that's not on here at the moment, but Twitter also have an interface for contact as well. So now what we're looking at here real time is on the WhatsApp team inbox. I've got 3 new conversations come in. Okay, one is from Osama, and these come in real time. Okay, and we can see the mobile number that's come in from, the contact number. Obviously WhatsApp, the personal WhatsApp has come from his mobile. And I can see there's one from Ronald, and we can see his number, and he's saying, how are you? And also I have one from Ranush. Hi, Ranush. So the first thing we can do very quickly is, because this is a team inbox, okay, then the first thing I would do is say, oh, okay, Osama, that's one I can take care of, and I can assign that to me. And what you can see quickly here is we can actually assign, any user or any agent can assign that incoming WhatsApp message to any of these people. So I could assign it to Keith or Gary, but I'll assign it to myself. Okay, and when I assign it to myself, it moves it to my personal, effectively, inbox space. And here is, and I can reply to Osama and say, hi, Osama, whatever. And we can talk backwards and forwards. This is from Osama's WhatsApp to this interface, into this team inbox real time. If I go back to here, I can pick up Ronald. I can assign that to me. I know Ronald's working with myself, and Ranush, hi Ranush, and we can assign Ranush to me also, which then appear in this inbox and remove it from the team inbox. And I, again, can reply to each of these people as you would person to person through your personal WhatsApp type messaging interface. And I can type back to Ranush and so on. And so on. I can type back to Ronald also. Now, once I've finished those conversations, I can then, I can archive, I can snooze. There's lots and lots of options. We don't have time to go through the detail today, but I'll just archive these away. And if they come back to me, I can always look in my archive box here, okay? And I can then go back and say, oh yes, Ronald, we were talking on November the 16th, November the 17th. Each of these historical chats are logged, and I can see them real time. Same for Ranush. Okay, we can see the conversation there. Osama, there's more conversations that go back to, as you can see, October, early October. Osama, would you like to send me a quick email? While Osama's doing that, let's just pop to the Facebook. If I go to my SpliceCom Facebook site, this is our company Facebook site for SpliceCom. You're welcome to have a look. We post a lot of things here. Now, if that popped up automatically, if I want to contact SpliceCom via Facebook, I can send them a message, and I can say, hi, webinar, for example, return. And that message goes into SpliceCom. Now, because I'm a user for SpliceCom in our multimedia side of our solution, in pops this Facebook message, and you can see immediately that's come into the Facebook team inbox with my message. And again, I can assign that effectively to myself, so I know it's gone to me. Okay, and I can talk away backwards and forwards, and I can reply to that Facebook contact. I can say whatever I want. I've actually replied and archived that one. I don't know whether Osama sent me an email, okay, to sales@splicecom.com, but if he had done, or if he did, it would appear in this inbox here, okay, and obviously web chat again. If I go to our website, this is the Splicecom website, just a little quick insight as to the other social media things that are popular. If we go to, apologies, not hospitality, sorry. We go to, healthcare, and we go to veterinary surgeons. On this particular page, we've just selected it for demonstration purposes. There's a web chat option here, and I can click on the web chat option, and it gives me a web chat option available. And I can type in a message here, okay, and I can send that in. And obviously any user, okay, there's a little auto reply that pops up there to the user from that web page on our website. But again, that would come into the web chat site here. And also, while we've been talking, I can see we have a test email that's coming from Ranush to sales@splicecom.com. Okay, so that gives you a very, very quick insight in terms of how we can simply control, you know, lots of social media channels through this very simple interface. Let's just go back to the presentation, just pop that up for you. The way that we then connect them together is through our vision management system. And you saw earlier how, you know, we had reports for the PBX, reports for the call center, and now we're also providing reports for the media that come in as well. So the same reports through the web portal can come to those users that require that. And also in the same way, we've also integrated the multimedia through to our Vision Live, which is our real-time live board. So here now we can start to show real-time statistics for Facebook contact, SMS, web chat, sales, WhatsApp. The users that are receiving these conversations from multimedia and social media could be the agents that are also taking voice calls, or they could be users. It's your choice. There's no predetermined way that you have to do this. If I quickly pop back to our browser and I pop up the reports, first of all, we can see, we probably noticed them earlier. These are some of the reports that we've added for the media side. Okay, these are the ones for the call center. I'm not sure I popped those up earlier, but lots for the call center in terms of agent reporting. And also what we can do is we can now show the live for the media. So this is a real-time wallboard, any device, anywhere, anytime that pops up. And this will give us real-time statistics that are coming in to web chat, Facebook, WhatsApp, however you've configured these. Remember that all these wallboards are configured by the customer themselves. Okay. For those customers, just pop up the slide for you. For those customers that really only maybe want WhatsApp, we've had quite a trend recently to say, well, yeah, we just really want the WhatsApp piece. We can actually provide, we are an authorized provider of WhatsApp for Business through our API development partner, and we can provide WhatsApp as a separate solution. So we don't, although we have the integration technologies available with the voice and the multimedia, for those people that maybe want to add a WhatsApp for Business solution to their existing network without changing the PBX or any other parts of their network, we can also do that as well. And I'm just going to hop out the slide one more time and pop back to the browser. And if we log in to the WhatsApp portal, again, it's a web browser portal, no software to install or add. This is the Splicecom network. Okay, And again, it's laid out in a similar design to the way we receive and send emails, except this is specifically for the WhatsApp interface. And here we can see the 3 conversations that have come in to WhatsApp that we've previously received on our multimedia Windows 10 application. But for those of you that want WhatsApp only, then you'd log into this portal, and this gives all the WhatsApp conversations. And here's the one from Osama. We can see the number, the location, we can add him as a contact. Here's the one from Ranush, and here's the one from Ronald, and we have complete control of that. Anyone in the webinar can actually go to our Splicecom website and actually WhatsApp us directly on the Splicecom WhatsApp number. It's a live demonstration system, so anyone that wants to give that a go, please feel free. Okay, let's pop back to the presentation. Just pop the slide up for you. Finally, within the portfolio, we've looked at voice, we've looked at multimedia, we've had a snapshot of WhatsApp for Business, which is generating a lot of exciting interest, but also Teams. We've done, Splicecom have worked natively on integrations with Microsoft since day one, through OCS, through Skype for Business, through Outlook in Office, and now for Teams. And what we do here is we are an approved supplier and connect and in terms of the approved connection to the Teams Microsoft network. It allows the Teams users to call select voice users and vice versa. It allows Teams devices to make calls out of trunks that are available through maybe a LAN or a worldwide voice network that you already have available. And ultimately, all of this combined together will come through a vision reporting system. I'd just like to play a little, we have a little 1-minute video. If I pop back to the browser, and you can also see this at any time on our website. It's under the Teams tab here. And just to finish off, we'll just pop this to full screen and play the video for you. Okay, thank you. Finally, these are just some of the call center and telephony and multimedia customers that we, through Kalam Group in Middle East, North Africa, have been working with. These range really from literally one user up to some of the largest call centers we have over multiple countries. Canoe Travel, for example, operate over 4 different countries within the Middle East and have nearly 500 agents and supervisor combinations that operate a 24/7 solution for their customers. Okay, I'd like to thank you very much for taking time to join us today from my end, and I'd now like to hand back to Ronald for the final part of the webinar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Martin. Really, it was just amazing to see a live dashboard, a live demo, and how we can really improve end user experience and provide that unified communication. Thank you so much. Also, a big thank you to Osama as well for taking us through a quick journey on group level. Now, the floor is open to questions. I can already see a few questions have come in, which I will read shortly, but feel free to write them down in the Q&A window and our speakers will address them shortly. So I'm going to read the first question. The first question is, can the Splicecom Pbx integrate with legacy Pbx? If yes, what trunks does it support?
Okay, yes, very good question. And we interface with many legacy PBXs, primarily over SIP, H323, or ISDN. So we have all those three interfaces available and have done it many times. Actually, it is a good question from the perspective that if you want to add on a small call center, maybe 3-4 agents, and get the benefits of the reporting and the live board, etc., you can connect the Splicecom to the legacy PBX. Maybe it doesn't provide those call center technologies that you're looking for. And that's another way to achieve a solution as well. Yeah, good question.
Thanks, Martin. The next question is, do you support Omni-Channel Contact Center?
Okay, good question. We do have another solution for full Omni-Channel. So we fully appreciate the need for that. And Omni-Channel solutions are generally much more complex, or can be, in terms of they just offer so much more customization. So what we've shown today, to be clear, is this is a very fast, simple solution, very cost effective. Actually, what you've seen here that I didn't mention is that the multimedia application and the WhatsApp integrations are all on monthly subscriptions. So you literally can turn them on and turn them off as you like in terms of how you want to use these technologies. Omni-channel, we can provide a solution for omni-channel, much more complex, or can be much more complex, but also offers much more customization. So it's horses for courses, and depending on your requirement would depend on the solution that we would put forward. Yeah, good question. Thank you.
Thanks, Martin. The next question is from Mr. Ahmed. How secure is your contact center solution? Is it PCI compliant?
Currently, our native solution is not PCI compliant. We are working towards that, and we hope to have that complete in early next year as a Splicecom solution. However, working through Kalam Telecom, through their data centers and with the services that they can provide, there is a solution that we can provide that is PCI compliant. Canu, for example, require PCI compliance, and while we're completing that task on our own, we have made some modifications to the way that we implement the solution to give that PCI compliance for any customer that requires it immediately. So yeah, another good question.
Thanks, Martin. Another question is your cloud solution hosted in AWS, Google, or Azure?
Each country has different authorized partners. So one answer is, including Splicecom, have about 100 resellers in the UK, for example. In the UK, we have our own data center partner that we choose to use together with a broadband supplier. In the Middle East, Kalam provide all that for us through their own PCI compliant data center components and telecom components, and it varies from country to country. When we connect to Teams, then we have no choice but to connect via a Microsoft authorized SBC into the Teams network. Okay, so that's where we get a connection into Azure. We don't use the other the other ones you mentioned directly, but obviously any data center can be used, with the infrastructures around it. Our solution can be deployed anywhere on a Linux platform or on a Linux container. Yeah, good question.
Thanks, Martin. Another question, does the PABX have any security features inbuilt, especially to prevent hack?
Yes, gosh, yes. Yeah, that could be a separate presentation. So Vision has been part of our solution for many, many, many years, probably since 2005, 2006. We've added a lot of features. If you can imagine, we've got tens of thousands of customers and thousands of call center customers. So we've added many features over the years through our own design or on request to enhance, that side of the product. And we can alert on cost, alert on duration of calls. We can actually go to the point where we, if the triggers and their alarms are in a particular way, we can actually shut down the trunks for external calling and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of work being done in that area to prevent hacking and running up effectively, high costs through unwarranted calling. Yeah, good question. Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Martin.
Okay.
Another question, what's the difference between an omni-channel and multi-channel contact center? What does Splicecom has to offer?
Yeah, good question. The omni-channel solution, and again, it's a presentation in its own right. The key difference, there's two key differences in my view. The first difference is that the omni-channel is a complete integration of voice and any multimedia and social media interaction that's coming in. So let's say you've got 10 interactions. When they come into an omni-channel solution, they all come in and can be pointed back to the same agent or a different agent. But what makes them different is you have what's called conversation tracking. Okay, and when you get conversation tracking, let's say customer A calls in on voice, okay, and there's a recording, and then he calls in a second time, but he comes in on WhatsApp. So then the WhatsApp is added to the voice. And then the third time he contacts us, he comes in on Facebook or email or SMS. And those conversations are also added to the previous voice and WhatsApp conversations. And any agent picking up those different conversations, okay, can see all the previous conversations from any media or any social media. And so it's very, very powerful solution that's combining the voice. What we showed you today was a voice solution, which offers professional call center solution for voice, and the voice comes through and can be reported on. But the multimedia and the social media side is then a different application, okay? And the WhatsApp comes directly from Facebook WhatsApp. So there's what we're doing is combining sort of the three technologies together, but they're not synchronized only not at the reporting, only at the reporting or the live board level, not at the conversation tracking level. Okay, so there's quite a big difference. The other difference is that the omni-channel solutions give you a lot more customization. So if you're looking for customization into CRM or ERP type technologies, and those omni-channel solutions would give you that. There's a lot more custom development that are required. So I think it's conversation tracking of all the conversations, including voice and multimedia, and customization that are the key two differences between a true omni-channel solution, okay, and what we're presenting as quite a simplistic, turn on, turn off multimedia solution that can or can't be without voice, entirely up to yourself. Yeah, good questions.
Thanks, Martin. Another question is, does the platform support multi-tenancy?
Yes, the PBX does from day one. Right back in 2000, we added multi-tenant into the product. And so we can support that on-premise, in cloud or hybrid or in a container. It's exactly the same architecture, exactly the same product. You just create different companies. And even through the vision reporting, we also, obviously Company A can see Company A's calls, and and statistics and B and C and so on and so forth. So yes, we support multi-tenancy.
We have another question. I'm not sure if I'm reading it right. I'll read
problem.
as it is. I don't see cloud solution, its legacy PBX system work on IP. I'm not sure on exactly what the question means.
Okay, I'll take a guess. Our solution is a pure IP solution. So we can deploy it anywhere on premise, in the cloud, or generally, which is quite popular, hybrid. Hybrid is obviously cloud and on-prem combined. If you want to connect a legacy PBX from our PBX, then you would do so over H323 SIP or ISDN. There would be what's called an intermodule trunk, and we've done it with many, many brands name PBXs over the years. Yeah, I'm not sure that answers that. I did my best. I apologize.
Okay, we have another question that just come up. If it is cloud similar to 3CX or pattern or 8x8, again, I'm not sure how or what this question means.
Okay, well, 3CX, to my knowledge, uses an asterisk-based platform, so they would be using, I'm guessing, pattern gateways to get to analog trunks. Okay, and if that's correct, then we would do the same for analog trunks. We don't have native analog trunks in our system, so our trunks from the PBX are either SIP or ISDN. Pure IP, pure digital. If you would need to go to analog trunks, you would need something like a pattern SIP to FXO gateway. On the analog side, on the handset side, we do provide our own analog handset gateway, so you can connect any analog handset into our pure IP PBX through our gateway that we provide, which is native to us. That's one of the sort of slide 3 or 4 that I showed you. And I think you're all getting a copy of the slide, so you'll be able to reference that. But for analog trunks, you would need an external gateway like pattern, if that's the question. Yeah.
Thanks, Martin. That was all the questions.
Okay.
We still have 3 minutes before we finish up the session. If any of you have any further questions, we still have Martin. He can answer any of your questions. Please feel free to write them down in the Q&A window.
I think I'd just like to finish and say, look, there are quite a lot of technologies in this session. And as Osama mentioned when he introduced me, you know, we can easily arrange a one-to-one session through Kalam
yes,
on any of the topics
yes,
that we've talked about. Yeah.
Yeah, Martin. Yeah, we'll be available for any one-to-one session. I mean, you just you can just reach out us through, I mean, this Q&A or any kind of feedback. I think Ronald, they can write a note and a feedback if they would like to have a one-to-one session. We can get it for them anytime.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Osama. Well, with that, we have reached the end of our webinar session. I'd like to thank you all that have attended today's session. I'm sure you were really impressed with all the features that Splicecom brings on the table, with a multi-tenant cloud contact center and providing the great customer experience that our customers really long for, because at the end of the day, we need to really simplify and ease a customer's communication. So, well, thank you so much, Martin.
Okay, thank you for everyone for joining. Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm just going to echo Osama as well, that if any of you want a special one-to-one sessions, we can arrange that. You can contact your dedicated account manager and we will reach out to you and we can deep dive into any of the problems or the solutions you'd like to explore. And before you exit this webinar, you will see a feedback link in the chat window. We would really, really appreciate if you could fill that, which will help us to improve our solutions for you and help us to even set up appointments and meetings with you to further discuss the Cloud Contact Center. With that, thank you so much, everyone. and the webinar will end shortly.